Hi, I'm Darryl. Darryl Learie. Oh yeah, check this out. Anyways, this topic has a lot to do with why are atheists so angry? Now, not all atheists, but a lot of them seem to be very angry that there's Christians and Muslims and so forth that believe in something that they don't believe in. Now, I'm not here to convince you whether there's a God or not. I'm Christian and I believe there is a God. But don't be so sure of what you preach, you know, because just because you can't prove God doesn't mean that God does not exist. Just as you can't disprove God is the equivalent to not being able to prove God. And a lack of proof does not necessarily equate to proof. So in that sense, I feel atheism is sort of a belief system in its own. You know, I mean, whether it works for you, great, you know. But why are they so angry? You know, the whole concept of God is really something soulful, metaphysical, if you will. So many people spend their whole lives seeking God. So many people, even non-believers, will pray to God when their life is endangered. You know, people went beyond their expectations in service towards humankind in the name of God. I mean, look at all the charities and organizations that are Christian rooted. And even if Christianity is just a fanciful thing and God and, you know, the whole thing just doesn't exist, why take that away from somebody when it offers so much? It compels them to do so much. It gives them a sense of purpose. You know, it gives them a sense of belonging. You know, I mean, maybe some atheists are okay with the idea that there's no God. You got one life to live, one shot, that's it. Some of us don't want to be godless. You know, so, I mean, why do you have to convey to somebody that there's no God? What is that about? You know, so many atheists are like just putting down Christians over and over and over again. You know, looking down at them like they're just dumb sheep. But Christians aren't stupid people. The Bible is not 1,000 proofs that God exists. The Bible is a book of morality. It's concerned solely with morality in accordance to God, whether you believe in Him or not. It's a book of ethics, God's ethics, whether you believe in Him or not. It's not a book of proofs. In the Bible it says faith is required. Okay, faith is believing something that you don't see any proof of. So, it's not the point. You know, I don't want to live in a universe without God. You know, the old saying is that I'd rather be happy than to be right. And I'm happy with a God. So why is it like so fundamentally important, you know, to let all these Christian people like myself know that we're just a dumb flock of sheep? What's the true benefit to that? Do you not realize what you're robbing from us? If it's a fantasy, let me live my fantasy. Life is a paradigm. It's my perspective. It's how I interpret life. You interpret life in your own way. You know, this is the way I see things is science, whether you're talking about quantum or cosmology, the very small or the very large, really to me it's just an explanation of God's magic. They just call it science. You know, some may not believe there's a God just because it's so incomprehensible type thing. But isn't the Big Bang equally as incomprehensible? A whole universe out of nothing? This is really my founding point of it. And in regards to Stephen Hawking, who says that God is not necessary, I would say leave it to a God to allow a universe to be created with no effort. That's what I would say to that. See, sure, the universe could have been created on its own, but in my perspective, it wouldn't have happened if God did not want it to happen. Maybe there's just elegant designs that just go beyond our deepest logic. Anyways, that's okay. I'm gonna flip now, and I'm going to talk about God. See, I would say that you can see God's existence in terms of soul, in that people do things they normally would not do. People will go through tragedy with character because they believe. You know, people will do amazing things that go beyond expectation because they believe. However much you bring it down to a science, this is a lot to do with the human spirit. And to me, the human spirit is more of a part of God, because robots don't have spirits. So that's it's more or less what I have to say about it. But the question again is, why are atheists so angry? You ever notice that there's deep emotions attached to atheists when they talk about a lack of God, just as there are to believers who talk about God? Anytime that word God pops up, there's deep emotion attached to it. I think that says something in itself about proof. Why do so many people seek something? Why do so many people feel something? Isn't that really the point? Anyways, as a Christian, I don't go around run into an atheist and I try to convert him and convince him of my ideology, because in my own mind, this God, my own truth, has a plan for him. So in his time, he'll find God or not. But I don't go around looking back at them and say, "Goddamn atheist doesn't believe in God, bastard prick." You know, there's a lot of really nice atheists in this world, but there's a lot of really angry ones, and I want to know why they're so angry. Really, you're stealing away from beauty, from something beautiful. Without religion, we're nothing but animals running off instinct. Mother Nature is cruel. Very cruel. The science of sex is cold and harsh. It's all concerned with the best DNA coming together to produce better DNA. You know, I don't want to live in a world like that. God is my world.
Oh yeah, check this out.
Darryl Learie.